For this little demo, you'll need sugar, warm water, food coloring, some measuring tools, some containers to mix your sugar and water in, and another container to make your density model in. If you don't have test tubes, you could just use a glass. Leave the first glass empty. For the second glass, take a scoop of sugar and plop it right in there. Add more sugar to the second container than you did for the first. And then in the third container, you'll want to add even more sugar, and then even more sugar in the fourth container. You get the idea. Each glass is going to have more sugar than the previous glass. Now we're going to add some warm water to each of our containers. Make sure each container gets the same amount. Go ahead and add a color to each of your mixtures of sugar and water. Don't worry if you only have 4 colors. I think it's better if you only use 4 colors than these 8 colors that I tried to use. Beginning with the container that had the most sugar in it, add some to your glass. Take the container with the next highest amount of sugar in it and slowly add that to the glass, just a little bit on top of what you already did in there. Keep adding your mixtures, starting with the one with the most sugar, going all the way down to the one with the least amount of sugar, and then finally the one with no sugar in at all. Just add a little bit at a time and make sure you go really slowly. I'm using an eyedropper to make it go in really slowly. Otherwise, if you just pour it in, it's going to just mix up all together as one giant mixture rather than showing you the different densities. So here you can see our rainbow of colors, kind of, sort of, mostly. The colors stay mostly separated because each one has a different density. I wasn't very pleased with the way the first one turned out, so I tried it a second time. This time, I only did 4 colors, and I started off with 3 spoons of sugar in the second container, then 6 spoons of sugar in the third container, and then 9 spoons of sugar in the last container. And then I took my time here doing this one, and it seemed to have turned out a little bit better. Blue, green, red, yellow. Most dense, least dense. I gathered some other liquids from the house to see their density properties, and I knew that the one that would be most dense would sink to the bottom, and the one that would be the least dense would be on top. So let's see what happened here. Watch what happens as I pour the syrup in on top of the dish soap. It actually sinks below the dish soap, meaning that it is more dense than the dish soap. Sometimes I make concentration faces. Do you do that as well? Whoopsie! It's okay if science gets a little messy every now and then. Chocolate syrup, pancake syrup, dish soap, and vegetable oil. Now you go try.